Hi Doug, firstly let me thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview you today. I know that you're busy working on some really exciting stuff at the moment and time is precious for you, so thank you.
Thanks for having me, Anthony.
So firstly, can you just let the viewers know who you are and what it is that you do?
Yeah, I'm the Lead Nuke Compositor at the VFX Studio Speedshape at the Detroit branch, and we also have a studio out in LA.
Awesome. So can you share some screenshots with us and just talk a little bit about their creation?
Yeah, sure. Okay, let me share with you guys a couple stills from a recent tie-in spot with Transformers 2 that we did for the all-new 2010 Camaro. Like most television projects, especially nowadays in the car industry, the deadline was pretty quick for this. But because of the pipelines we had built here at Speedshape, the turnaround time was really fast. We were able to get it in and get it out. And we relied on a couple of tools in compositing that me and my fiance Jessica Morrison developed for a previous Camaro job that utilized the Nuke 3D system to help plot out the line drawings as they race behind the Camaro as it dodged and banked, did all the cool stuff. But that was really the only big leap that we made technical wise. Everything else was pretty much just a standard job, and doing what we do best here at Speedshape was just comp cars and make them look really, really cool. So, but it did give us one of the cooler notes that I think anybody at the studio's ever gotten, and it was from Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg that we got during the wrap party, that they saw the spot and just sent us a note that just said, "Looks cool," which is pretty much the coolest thing that's happened to me in my career so far. So that was pretty awesome.
So Doug, have you always wanted to be a compositor, and how did you get into the industry?
Yeah, I got the bug when I was pretty young. My mom took me to see Jurassic Park when I was 9, and I was just hooked ever since. It was all over. I just got so fascinated with how these artists, brought dinosaurs to life that I went home and I just, anything I could read about how they did it, I read it, and just, started messing around with my little home-built computer, and that was my dream from then on out, was to become a visual effects artist and be like those people that made those dinosaurs come to life. So, fast forward 10 years, graduated from high school and decided to, really make a go of it. And so I enrolled at the Savannah College of Art and Design, where I double majored in visual effects and film. And when I wasn't working on schoolwork, I was taking what I learned in the classroom and taking it out to various film projects around Georgia that needed visual effects. So just really getting in there and learning not only the theory behind it, but actually how to work with directors, how to break down scripts, how to work on sets. And that was really valuable, and I think that's when I really learned a lot, really about what goes into making a movie that has some magic to it, was just being there on the sets and really hammering it out. Okay,
so what programs does a compositor use?
No, I use everything I can get my hands on, really. Nuke, After Effects, Combustion, some, I used to mess around with Shape, and now that's dead. It's, you name it, I've pretty much messed with it. I was just never that type of kid that grew up with that one favorite toy, I just kind of had a huge box of toys that I played with all the time, and kind of just, came with me up to adulthood.
So what programs do you use the most?
Well, I was trained using Shake and After Effects back at SCAD, because those were the two main compositing packages back then, and used those on my first few freelance gigs right after graduation. But once Jess and I got recruited to Speedshape, we switched completely over to Nuke, and haven't looked back since, because Nuke is an absolutely amazing compositing package, and has a great community behind it. And I know we're all really excited to finally get to welcome ILM and Weta to the whole development community, because having that caliber of artists joining already a very high caliber of very talented artists out there, I think really goes back to the core of what Nuke was developed for, which was built for artists by artists, and and I think the future for Nuke is really bright. So I'm really happy that that's what I spend most of my time messing around with.
So Doug, are there any compositors that you follow closely, and who do you draw inspiration from?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Right off the bat, Rob Niederhorst. He's a legend in the compositor community. He was one of the first artists that helped start to develop Nuke as an actual software package, and he's an old Speedshaper. He was a visual effects supervisor for 4 years out at our LA branch. He's just a wealth of knowledge, and anybody who gets to work with him just is the better for it. So I am closely following him, and he's definitely a hero of mine. And also another artist by the name of Aruna Iverson over at DD as well. He's an extremely talented artist, but he also has a really good head for the business side of things, which I think is something very important for modern visual effects artists to have. But honestly, the biggest inspiration, besides just artists that I follow, the biggest inspiration I get are from the old giants like Douglas Trumbull. Blade Runner 2001, Close Encounters. I mean, I don't think you can get when they talk about photoreal visual effects, I don't think you can get much more real than they got back then with real models and optical printers and just really, really amazing stuff. So I still take a lot of inspiration from the old greats like that.
So what's the most challenging job you've worked on, and why was it challenging?
Honestly, every job is the most challenging job, and that's something that I really love about what I do is that it's never stagnant. It's never I'm never sitting at my desk just twiddling my thumbs and turning dials. I'm never on autopilot. There's always something to challenge me, and that keeps me growing as a compositor, and I think makes me a better artist, overall. And so I really love that.
Okay, so professionally, what is the ultimate goal for Doug Hogan?
Well, ultimately, I just really just want to have a long and happy career in visual effects. Whether that's doing films, television, commercials, this is just always what I've wanted to do. So I hope I get to do it for a very long time.
Doug, it sounds like you really love what you do, and it's really inspirational hearing you talk about your career like this. So in 30 seconds, can you just sort of give aspiring compositors some advice on how to best break into the industry?
I think my best advice would just be to get out there and start doing it. You can start now. I mean, all of the companies that develop the software that we use in all the high-end visual effects studios, they have educational licenses out there that just go to their website and download and freely play with some really, really high-end software and start learning. So go out and do that, but also don't get bogged down in the digital side of things. For compositors, actually go out there and pick up a camera and learn how to use it, because it's going to be your job to recreate how the world looks through a camera lens. So you have to be an expert in that. But I mean, honestly, just keep your eyes open, read as much as you can. Cinefx magazine is a great resource, and just have fun, because I mean, we get to make things that only exist in the imagination real. And in the end, even with long hours every now and then, that's a great way to make a living.
Well, like I said before, these are really interesting answers and very inspiring to hear you talk about it. It made me want to get into compositing myself and all the programs that you spoke about. So with this said, again, let me thank you for giving me the time to interview you today. So thank you again. And guys, this is all for today. Thank you for watching CGArtistDaily.com. I'm Anthony, and bye for now.